Kate Bishop. Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
Welcome back, everyone. This will be my full Marvel Hawkeye episode 5 video. There's so many Easter eggs, so many big reveals, cameo scenes we have to talk about, so if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get everything. Also, a little bit of Spider-Man stuff happening this week with Spider-Man No Way Home. Real quick shout out to my friends at AMC Plus who asked to sponsor this video. You can catch all the Walking Dead universe shows, which always stream early on AMC Plus, like Fear the Walking Dead Season 7. They have the entire latest seasons of The Walking Dead World Beyond, and the main show, The Walking Dead Season 11 Part 1, all available to binge. Season 11 Part 2 will arrive in February, so if you haven't caught up on all the current seasons of The Walking Dead shows, be sure to check it out. AMC Plus is available on all platforms and devices, so however you watch your TV, you should be good to go. I'll put a link for that service in the description below. But careful for spoilers, if you have not seen Hawkeye Episode 5 yet, we'll be talking about everything that's happened on the show so far, and we'll just start at the beginning, go through shot by shot, talking about Easter eggs and WTF moments, starting with the episode title, Ronin. It's a reference to Hawkeye's time as Ronin during the 5-year time jump and how that's driving a lot of the plot of the Hawkeye series, the consequences of that, and in present day it's a reference to him becoming Ronin again, briefly, putting on the costume in order to save Kate Bishop and try to get Echo to chill. But the episode starts with a recap of the Black Widow movie and Yelena Belova's backstory, but it's what happened to her after the events of the Black Widow movie. There's like a quick audio montage as they pan up to her going to try and save another Black Widow, with a bunch of audio taken from scenes in the Black Widow movie, just in case people did not see the Black Widow movie. But this is taking place in 2018, right after the end of the Black Widow movie. There's been a small time jump, like Yelena says that she's been going around the world with her sisters, the other Black Widows that they rescued, to try and save more of Dreykov's sleeper agents, the Black Widows that have been dosed up and were just all over the place, waiting to be called to active duty. The funny joke here being that when they go to save this Black Widow here, she reveals, oh no, there was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't brainwashed. I've been acting as a mercenary this whole time. This house is mine. I'm totally rich now because I've been using all my skills. She even tells Yelena and her friend there, you should be doing this too. You should be getting paid. Which does kind of help set up her relationship with Val in present day, because the Black Widow post-credit scene seems like it takes place, obviously after she comes back from being blipped. But that's the idea. She sort of references Natasha like, hey, how's your sister doing, when the woman asks about her. They laugh about her fantasy to go move to New York City with Natasha and live as sisters, living the Sex and the City kind of lifestyle. But as she's coming to her senses in the bathroom and kind of thinking about Natasha, she gets snapped, confirming my theory that Yelena Belova got snapped. Natasha learned about it during Avengers Endgame, during the 5-year time jump, and that was one of the reasons why she was so adamant that she sacrificed herself so that she could bring her sister back. The way they play it with the time jump is really cool too, the transition. Like, it's almost as if no time has passed, but really it's been 5 years. But this other Black Widow that knows her is probably like the best friend ever. She's like, all right, look, let me tell you what's happened the last 5 years, got myself a family. You need to go get yourself paid, go work as a mercenary. Your friend, she left in a very different way, but she's getting paid right now. You can stay with me as long as you want. So if there's any confusion, the Black Widow post-credit scene takes place a bit of a time jump after this scene here, because this is like right after she comes back. When she's being blipped back here, this is literally right before the Avengers Endgame final battle. So right after this, she would have gone to try and find Natasha, then learned that she had died. The actual present day of the episode doesn't pick up till after Kate comes back to her mother's house, crying about what happened with Hawkeye, Yelena Belova, and Echo on the rooftop. Her mother does show genuine care for her too. Like, her mother does love her. It's just that her mother has been doing all this really shady stuff that she hasn't totally revealed yet. And this whole conversation that she has consoling her sort of sets that up, that big betrayal reveal at the end of the episode. Like, her mother's talking to her about how her future isn't over, but it might not wind up being what she thought it would be, and how she can only move forward one day at a time, how her path will wind around in ways she never thought that it would. It's basically her mother referencing her own backstory and what happened to her after the Avengers movie The Battle of New York, after they believed that Kate's father had died, and then she, like the mother, had to find a way to support the family. And now that led to her developing ties with the Mafia, Kingpin, Bishop Security, and all the shady stuff that she's been tied up in with the tracksuits. They're just trying to make her mother feel more sympathetic when they do make the full reveal. Like, they kind of reveal it at the end of the episode, like, you know what's going on. They confirmed the connection to Kingpin, but she hasn't officially had it out with Kate. Like, okay, yes, Kate, I'm responsible for all this. It also kind of seems like her mother's trying to groom her the same way that Shang-Chi's father Wenwu was grooming him to join the Ten Rings, the same way it seems like Kingpin has been grooming Echo, misleading her about what really happened to her father. Then you have all these Kazi and Echo scenes, and the way they are together, it seems like he does genuinely care about her, but by the end of the episode, you're kind of questioning his role in all this too. Like, is he also in with the Kingpin? Was he also partially responsible for her father's death? But the way the actor's playing it, it does seem like he genuinely cares about her. So even if he was an unwitting participant in her father's death, it doesn't seem like he did so knowingly. And then we get probably one of the best parts of the episode. I mean, there are a couple really cool reveals. It was cool to see Kingpin, but Yelena Belova and Kate Bishop having their quote-unquote girls' night was probably one of the best parts of the episode. She comes back to her old apartment that got trashed by the tracksuits way back in episode 2. Yelena Belova surprises her there, making a whole bunch of mac and cheese. They bond over all kinds of stuff, all the ways that Yelena could have killed her if she wanted. Like, yeah, you probably could have killed me the instant I walked in the room. Yeah, I totally could have done that. They bond over their mutual love of dogs because Yelena has a dog and she knows that Kate Bishop ran into traffic to save Pizza Dog. She even tells Kate Bishop, you won some points with me because of that one. Yelena references Red Guardian when she says her daddy says eating food is good for you. And Florence Pugh was fantastic. In fact, she was probably one of the best parts of the Black Widow movie. So after that, I was so excited to see what she would be like on screen with some of these other Marvel characters in the future of the MCU, and this totally delivered on that promise. They have so much team-up energy between the two of them. I hope that they get to team up again pretty soon. Obviously, we have the finale, so maybe they'll team up a little bit during that, but I'm talking about coming back in future Young Avengers, future Thunderbolts projects. When she starts joking about all the touristy things she wants to do in New York City because it's her first time here, the new and improved Statue of Liberty that she's talking about is the one you see in all the Spider-Man No Way Home trailers with the Captain America shield, which they destroy during the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. When she says she wants to visit Rockefeller Center and Kate says that it's amazing, you have to see the big tree, that's foreshadowing for their big final boss fight that they have in all the trailers between Hawkeye, Kate, Yelena Belova, the tracksuits in Rockefeller Center on the ice rink. I love her sense of humor so much. Like, it's this dry Russian Black Widow sense of humor, just so utterly specific. You have to picture Yelena having conversations like this, witty banter with all the other Avengers characters that are still around. But they do get a little bit serious when she finally gets to what she's really doing here. Like, oh no, I'm here to kill Hawkeye. And Yelena kind of gives her a reverse version of the red on the ledger Black Widow speech from the first Avengers movie. Like, Clint has so much red on his ledger, you could lay a trail of blood that wraps around the world. She does throw some doubt her way, like she gets Yelena Belova to question the motives of whoever hired her to kill Hawkeye, which sort of sets up the payoff at the end with Yelena finding out that it was Kate's mother, confirming all our theories about that. That was probably one of my biggest theories, like, oh, it seems pretty clear that she was the one that hired her. But just because she gave Kate that information doesn't mean that she's going to stop trying to kill Hawkeye. That's still a big problem they have to deal with in the finale. And I think I've said this a few times, but my theory was Kate's mother learned that Hawkeye was Ronin using her Bishop security technology or other informants, and because she's working with the Kingpin, the Mafia, and they want revenge on him for killing so many of their ranks as Ronin, Kingpin probably ordered Kate's mother to take care, quote-unquote, of the Hawkeye problem, and she just contracted the job out to Val and her Thunderbolts team, and they decided to use the Hawkeye Black Widow Yelena Belova connection against Hawkeye to motivate Yelena to kill him even more. I love the way that she leaves too. She kind of yeets out the window with the same kind of move that she used to jump off the building with the tether. It's the same Black Widow tech that Natasha used on Clint to stop him from sacrificing himself on Vormir. Like, she tethered him to the cliff so that he literally couldn't sacrifice himself. And while she's yeeting out the window, the Black Widow theme music starts playing again. They play the Black Widow theme song several times during this episode. Every time they either reference Natasha, Black Widow, every time Yelena Belova is on screen, it gets a lot of play during the episode. Back at Grill's apartment, they reveal that he's been watching Pizza Dog for Kate and Clint while feeding him more slices of pizza. That dog has eaten so much pizza during this series. When he references the new costumes that their LARPer friends made for them, those are the comic book costumes they're wearing during the big Rockefeller Center fight scenes in all the trailers. Hawkeye's is the one from the Matt Fraction run, and Kate Bishop's is just a version of her comic book costume. Then it's pretty clear back at Kate's mother's house that this whole FBI thing is just a ruse on Kate's mother's part, like she's throwing Jack under the bus. And I love the way that he jokes about it too, like, you're mistaken, I've never worked a day in my life, which I actually think is the truth, based on what Armand was yelling at him about during episode 1. But what's not clear, even though she's trying to deflect attention from herself, is whether or not Jack is actually in on things. Like, is Swordsman actually complicit with her, or is he just her patsy? But then later Hawkeye goes back to the site of the very first Avengers Assemble scene. Like when they do the big spin around Avengers Assemble moment, this is the site where that happened, like literally on the ground. They put up a plaque right there. The reason why he takes his hearing aid out when he starts talking to Natasha, kind of talking to her spirit, so to speak, however you want to think about it, is just to isolate himself from the rest of the crowd on the street to make the conversation with Natasha feel more intimate. When he says she was always stubborn, always had to win, that's a reference to her beating him on Vormir for the honor of who got to sacrifice themselves. Like they had a knockdown, drag-out fight, and she stubbornly beat him. That's why right after he references the Soul Stone, calling it a stupid orange rock. It's a really heartfelt speech memorializing her, and this feels like the speech that we would have gotten had they done an actual funeral scene for Black Widow during Avengers Endgame. While he's talking, they also play the Black Widow theme music from Vormir from her death scene. And the reason why he's apologizing for what he's about to do, about putting the Ronin suit back on, pretending to be Ronin briefly to try and get Echo to chill, is that he's apologizing for going back into that mindset again. Like he already feels so much remorse for the things that he did as Ronin during the 5-year time jump, all the people that he killed, even though they were bad people. He's apologizing for kind of going back on his word, like promising that he wouldn't be doing stuff like this anymore. Then, of course, they have that montage of Kate Bishop getting over her sadness and just calling Hawkeye again a billion times. They bring back the joke about the coin flip trick. When she jokes about making mistakes, still learning, she flips the coin, breaking something off screen.
I'm still learning.
They have a funny scene with Ivan and Tomas beatboxing to Run DMC's Christmas in Hollis song because it is Christmas time and Run DMC is a classic. They have this big pop culture argument about which movie reference or group they look like the most. Like they mentioned Royal Tenenbaums in The Sopranos because they're all groups of people in movies or TV shows that wore tracksuits. They have that funny moment of Hawkeye leaving them the note by shooting it through their windshield so that Echo will show up at the Fat Man garage, the site where he killed her father during the 5-year time jump. And then they still haven't completely explained everything that might be going on with his wife's backstory. There's still a lot of theories. Maybe she winds up being a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, or she winds up being the MCU version of Mockingbird who's just retired in present day. He talks about the big guy getting involved, which we now know is a confirmed Kingpin reference. She clearly knows who that is, so she knows all about the Kingpin too. And they joke about her telling him to get it done. Like, what, you were expecting me to tell you not to do it? And when she says she totally understands more than anyone else ever could, I think that that's soft confirmation that she either used to be a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent or used to do similar work herself. She just has way too many skills to be a common Midwestern housewife. So hopefully by the finale, they will reveal whatever's going on with her backstory too. Then back at the used car lot, like I said, Fat Man with a red sign is another Daredevil Kingpin reference because red Daredevil colors and Fat Man, aka Kingpin, he's huge. They have kind of a funny, kind of a badass takedown scene where Kazi and the tracksuits are all posted up around the lot waiting for Hawkeye, but he takes them out ninja style because he's in the Ronin gear, so he's acting a little bit more like a ninja. And they do have a pretty solid fight scene. Echo is able to hold him off, but here's the thing. I think that was part of the point. Like, he didn't want to kill her, as he literally explained to her, I'm just here to let you know that this is me. I want you to see my face and know that I will kill you if you don't back off. Then he tries to reveal what was really going on, what was really behind the death of her father. Like, you're being misled. You're being used as a weapon the same way that I was. I totally get it. Your boss is using you, misleading you. And that's a huge reference to Echo's origin story in the original Daredevil comics. So in those stories, Kingpin killed her father and lied to her, saying that it was Daredevil training her as an assassin so that he could use her against Daredevil. But eventually she learns the truth, falls in love with Daredevil, turns against Kingpin, and becomes more of an anti-hero. She also took the mantle of Ronin later in the comics too, the same way that Kate Bishop eventually took the mantle of Hawkeye. Hawkeye says that the night that he killed her father, he was only there because he was tipped off by an informant working for her boss. He's talking about Kingpin, obviously, we know now, and says that her boss, Kingpin, was the person who wanted her father dead. That's the reason why he was killed. So they're kind of trying to parallel the Kate Bishop and the Echo reveals here, the big betrayals from family members, people that are close to them. Like, Kate Bishop learns that her mother is behind all this. It's meant to feel like this huge betrayal at the end of the episode. And now Echo learning that possibly her uncle, quote-unquote Kingpin, was really responsible for her father's death is also meant to feel like this huge betrayal. Echo manages to get the drop on Hawkeye, but then Kate Bishop shows up explaining that she used her mother's tracking software, probably illegal tracking software, a lot of huge privacy violations happening here, to track him down. And I love the joke about her plan to escape. Like, she literally just calls a regular old Uber using an assumed name. Echo then starts to suspect Kazi was the mystery informant that Hawkeye was referencing working for Kingpin, who tipped him off the night that he killed her father, claiming that he mysteriously wasn't at the meeting when this all went down, like he was the number 2 in the organization, so he should have been there when Ronan was tearing through their organization, like Kazi should be dead. But what they might do, because it seems like they wanted to feel like Kazi genuinely cares about Echo, is that Kingpin maybe just have been manipulating Kazi as well. Then when Kate Bishop starts talking about the girls' night scene earlier in the episode, Hawkeye reveals he knows who Yelena Belova is. The Black Widow theme music plays again. I think this is almost like the 7th time in the episode they played the theme song. Elsewhere, while Yelena Belova is trailing Kate's mother to verify that she was the one who hired her to kill Hawkeye. The building that she walks into here is a meeting that she's having with Kingpin. So the pictures of her mother and Kingpin that she sends to Kate are being taken right here as they're speaking around the table. And as you see the reveal on her face, they confirm the Kingpin pictures. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin from the Daredevil Netflix series, he's back, and he's wearing his trademark white suit from the comics, which we also see him wearing a version of during Daredevil Season 3 in the finale. The funny thing, too, is that that building is the same building from Hawkeye Episode 1, where they were having that gala event. And the song that they go out on as they make the Kingpin cameo scene reveal is the Grinch theme song. The Grinch being a reference to Kingpin himself, like the Grinch during that story tried to ruin Christmas, and the Kingpin, it's implied during this, will ruin everyone's Christmas. Ruin Hawkeye's promise to his family to make it home in time for Christmas, ruin Kate Bishop's Christmas, ruin Echo's Christmas. And the other cool thing that they do with the end credits, if you watch the comic book looking credits, made to look like David Aja's art from the Matt Fraction Hawkeye comic book run, which is what a lot of the plot of the series is taken from. While they're playing this Grinch song making the Kingpin references, you also see them add this giant Kingpin-shaped shadow over the Hawkeye logo in Hawkeye and Kate Bishop's characters, as if he is now looming large over everyone in the series, this big overarching villain. So I'll do a bigger Kingpin Daredevil video soon, but basically the way Charlie Cox explained it when Kevin Feige was confirming the Daredevil characters from the Netflix series would come back in the MCU. He implied it would be kind of a reimagining of the characters, like they might reference some of the plot elements from the Netflix series, but mostly they'll be telling their own MCU story using the same actors as those characters. I've already done a big video about what's happening with all the Daredevil Netflix characters, where they're all coming back and how they're coming back, and what their plans are for a future Daredevil Disney Plus series, so I'll add a link for that in the description below. And yes, I do think that there will be a bigger Kingpin cameo scene in the finale episode 6 next week, as part of the Uncle Kingpin Echo reveal. And like I said, I think it's meant to be a parallel for Kate Bishop's reveal about her mother, like, oh, this huge betrayal from someone that they were so close to. So if you spotted any other big Easter eggs in the episode that I didn't talk about during the video, just write them below in the comments. My full Hawkeye episode 6 video will post next Wednesday, just like normal. I'll probably post a full Spider-Man No Way Home review video next, and then all my Spider-Man No Way Home post-credit scene videos, Easter eggs, full breakdown videos will post after that. So be sure to go see that movie as soon as possible. Do not wait. Everyone click here for my no spoilers Spider-Man No Way Home review video, and click here for my Hawkeye Daredevil video for how all those characters are coming back in the MCU. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.